Welcome, welcome, welcome to Awakenings Moments to Inspire. I am Angela, or Angel with an A, and I am just so pleased to be here with you today on this glorious day of abundance and Thanksgiving and creation and birthing. There's so much that I want to talk about today on this show with so many great, amazing things coming up for us to talk about, and so many energies and so much birthing going on in around the world and within the community. So I can't wait to share that all with you today. But welcome, welcome, welcome. We are streaming live at Oneness Talk Radio, Oneness Talk Radio YouTube, and Oneness Talk Radio Facebook. So welcome to everybody there. We have chats in all of those places, and I would love to interact with all of you. So please put your comments down in the chat amongst each other. If you have anything to share here live, I can read it out to the whole community. It is just a day of co-creation and Thanksgiving for everyone. And if you like to participate even more so, please use the chat because it's a great way of communicating and connecting with one another. So here we are. November 24th, 2022. I am amazed, thankful, pleased that we have made it to November 24th, 2022. For me, it just seemed like yesterday, blink, and it was January 1st. And now we're going to blink again and it'll be January 1st, 2023. So there's so many energies that are just being condensed in this last 6 weeks of the year of 2022. It's just going to be jam-packed. So but before we talk about any of that, I'm just wanting to dive deep into all of the things that we have been birthing this past week and in celebration. Today is a day of Thanksgiving in parts of the world. It is a day of celebrating the abundance that you have and being thankful for what you have, and to being in service and spreading that joy and that gratitude and that thanks to family and friends. So that is the wish that I have for you here today. But also, we've got some things that we've been working on this past week that I want to share with you. It's been so amazing. I have been assisting with a book launch for the Ascension Renaissance, and it is amazing, amazing. There it is a 2-volume set of books, The Yoga of Self-Ascension and The Four Knowns. And the authors of these 2 amazing, amazing foundations to the Yoga of Self-Ascension are wisdom teacher Sri Ram Kaur and Master Lady Kira Ra. They are truly the two, and my dog seems to agree with me too. They are truly 2 of the most amazing people, teachers, mentors, healers, that I have had the privilege of meeting, and they truly are wonderful people. And they have taken and condensed 20 years of living in the energy of the yoga of self-ascension and in these higher frequencies of energy. They've dedicated the last 20 years of their life to this, and they have now taken all of their teachings and they have condensed them into 2 books, The Yoga of Self-Ascension and The Four Knowns. And the title of the series is called The Ascension Renaissance. And I've had the honor and privilege of being able to read them before they come out, because I've been part of the campaign. And they truly are a foundation to the teachings of the yoga of self-ascension and to self-ascension for whoever is wanting to expand their own consciousness, their own mindfulness, their own presence in the world, and their own perception of the world around them, and um, what it's like to live in the higher dimensions, and what it's like to be in service to each other. My apologies, my humane society that I have in my home seems to be loving the fact that I'm talking to you with all these glorious thankful energies, and I'm not kidding you, they were literally gathering around my computer as I was speaking. So that just goes to show you the energies that we're having today. It is truly a day of magic. So we wanted to announce that today the pre-sales are up for the book. It is launching live on December 3rd at Amazon. So you can go live. Right now it is an ebook. I'm hoping down the line that it's actually going to be a physical book, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that why in a minute. But you can go to Amazon right now and order your pre-sale books, both copies of the Yoga of Self-Ascension and the Four Knowns. You can get both of them there, and so just go head on over to Amazon. But before you do, I also wanted to tell you about one more thing that we have going up. The Global Minga projects are going to be benefited 100% by these books. So all proceeds for these books are being donated 100% completely to the Global Minga projects, which are providing homes to and water access and digital access to Indigenous in South America. They're helping people and tribes in the Amazon. They're building pyramids of peace all around the world. It is truly, truly a community of peace, love, and joy, Global Minga. And these books are going to be 100% proceeds donated to Global Minga and all the charity and work that they do in service to others. And there's another way that you can also support Global Minga that we have birthed this week. I believe it was a beautiful community member, Jerry, who had mentioned this, that Amazon has um, a philanthropy side to it. Amazon Smile has, so if you go to Amazon and use Amazon Smile, not just your regular Amazon, and I think most of us use Amazon already, right? So if we go to Amazon Smile and we type in, and I'm going to give you the exact typing that you can put in, and I'm going to put it up on the bottom of my screen. So if you go to Amazon Smile before you purchase anything, sign up for Amazon Smile, and you can type this in the bottom. This is the charity that is the legal name for the Global Minga Project. So, Association for the Integration of the Whole Person. And it's located in Bonsall, California. So, when you go to Amazon Smile, if you type in the name of the organization that you're wishing to support, it is Association for the Integration of the Whole Person in Bonsall, California. So go there before you get your books, sign up for Smile, and then it's like a double whiz bang. And anything you buy at Amazon, a smart of that proceeds are donated not from you, but by Amazon to the charity of your choice. And I thought that was an amazing idea. So if you want to help Amazon give back to the world, that's the way to do it. And also to order these books because Amazon has helped us put these books out, and they're ready there now to be ordered on Amazon. It is truly, truly an event and a moment in time. And again, these books are the foundation of the Yoga of Self-Ascension. They are truly, truly the books I wish I had. So I have been on my journey of healing and my journey with the Yoga Self Ascension now just over 5 years, going on 6. And throughout the years, you're trying to speak to people about um, from the heart about who you are and what the Yoga Self Ascension is and what it means to you and what it can do to help the world and be in service to others. And you do your best to describe to other people, to your loved ones and to friends and family, or just anyone who's asking, what is the Yoga of Self-Ascension? But deep in your heart, you feel like you're never really truly doing it justice. But these books will help you do it justice because they're small. They're only 150 pages and then 100 pages, I believe. So both books are very small, and they are literally a small. I think Kira had mentioned something about it being the cliff notes of the yoga of self-ascension when she was speaking about it. And it's true. They really are. They are literally the condensed essence of the yoga of self-ascension and um, your ascension journey up through out of your dark night of the soul and finding yourself, changing your perceptions about who you are and where you're going in your life, and about your involvement in the oneness and your connection, not involvement, connection to the oneness and to each other, and how that can help change the world around us. They truly, truly are amazing books, and I would recommend that you go there now and pre-order them for sure, for sure. So that's what I've been working on for the last week. It's been truly, truly an amazing adventure, and I'm just so thankful that I had the honor of being part of this amazing, amazing book launch. When we're not done yet because we're still just in the pre-launch stage, right? So this isn't even going up until for sale. It's not going to be out until December 3rd. So check your inbox on December 3rd if you've pre-ordered, because for sure, they'll be there. And I'm just going to pop my that's my email at the bottom there. So if you want to chat, send me an email. If you're wanting to say, hey, I want a little bit more information about this or about anything that we talk about here today, that's my email address, waterloveandlight@gmail.com. We are also trying to within the community of self-ascension, but anybody who is out there and is part of the oneness community, I would also love if you have any stories, short stories. Actually, if you just have stories and you're even wanting to come on the show, I would love for anybody who has any stories of beautiful inspiration of your life's journey that you feel could inspire others. If you're working on a major project, an event, something coming up, I would love for you to be able to come on the show and be a guest and share with others that what you've been doing, because each of us can speak to someone out there. We might not speak to everybody out there, right? But we might speak to one or two people. And even if it's just one or two people, that's the whole world, right? Doesn't matter how many. Um, when you're being in service, it's not the amount of people that you help. It's just knowing that you've helped someone. Um, and I really truly believe that. So there's so many glorious things going on in the yoga of self-ascension, in the community of oneness. We're working on another book. That's what I was about to mention too, is we're working on another book that's just within the community itself. So your stories, short stories, poetry, prose, any art that you do, photography, drawing, anything like that. What we are trying to do is bring together the community of the yoga of self-ascension and oneness communities to pull together a book of inspiration that we can then that was totally all the works in them were totally works of love by the communities, and that we can then go on and use that book also as a fundraiser for Global Minga. So if you're interested in taking part in that, please drop me an email at waterloveandlight@gmail.com. I'm taking all of the stories and all of the works and the art and compiling them at the moment. We're going to be doing that probably until after into the new year. So January 1st is kind of the soft date I've given myself. So I would love if you guys have any sharings, stories of miracles. We were even saying it could be it's very similar to the chicken soup books. So I'm calling it the inspiration soup books. So the inspiration soup book, but I think Gary, who was the lovely, lovely community member who actually came up with this idea, beautiful Gary, um, he had thought of a title called A Touch of Soul, and I really like that too. So there's so many beautiful things that we're birthing here within the community, and if you'd like to take part, just drop me a line for sure, for sure. Oh, Kim has put on here, "Namaste, Kim, it's so wonderful to see you. You're off today, so you're able to come on the chat, that's great, I love that." So she's already pre-ordered her book. Woo! I was trying to get my Amazon Smile all set up so I could go over and get all my books and everything all pre-ordered today too. I was so busy. Yesterday I wasn't able to do it, but hopefully today I'll be able to head on over there and get that done. I know. And the nice thing is they really are a short read, but even the chapters are a short read. So even if you were just wanting a moment of inspiration and you're just kind of needing that kind of guidance, you could take the book and just kind of flip it over open to a chapter and read it, and it helps to lift you out of that fear and doubt that might be creeping in. It's to me, it's almost like the book version of putting your hand to your heart, taking a deep Ave Sa breath, and just being with the energy, but it's in words, and I love words. I'm a wordsmith, so um to have this small, beautiful, concise book that's so full of wisdom and energy and information, and experience. The experience just comes through. I can't wait for you all to read it because it truly is a both of them are truly marvelous books. Um, and I just realized that we didn't do an Ave Saw breath today, and maybe that's why my dog is being extra, extra excited as well. Just so much excitement in the air. So maybe if we just slow down and we'll take 3 deep Ave Saw breaths together, and then that way we can come together in peace, love, joy, and centered calm energy. So here we go. Hands to heart. Think Ave on the inhale and Saw on the exhale, and don't forget to smile. Here we go. Ave. Sa. Ave. Sa. Ave. Sa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My animals seem to get excited whenever I'm everything is quiet and lulled in the home until I come on live, and the moment I'm on live, it's like the whole house wants to spring to life around me, the exact moment when I want them all to be very, very quiet, and it never seems to work. But that's okay, that's okay. So let's feel into the energies of today, and then we'll go into our Thanksgiving. We'll probably run the whole hour. We'll see. I expected it to be a short show, but I was just enjoying talking to you about the book so long. I didn't realize that it's now 20 minutes, 22 after 11. So 11:22, folks, here in Ontario, Canada. So the ascended numerology for today was, of course, it had to be because it was exactly the same as it was last Thursday, and it had to be that last Thursday too. Today is once again in ascended numerology is a 12. The code for today is a 12, which is completion, and which I thought was beautiful too because the completion, the books, and the completion of the launching, it was all completed today and everything is out there, right? So it's the end of the beginning. So it's the completion of the beginning and on to the next step and on to the next, the middle part and the juicy part, the greatest part, right? So this is the completion of a moment, but it's also the completion of you, right? The energy of you and who you are. It is your body, your mind, and your soul all combined, with your soul leading the way. That's what the completion is the recognition of your body and your mind going, everything's great, everything's fine. I live in this energy. I feel in this energy. I am safe in this energy. I am confident in this energy. And I am so confident enough that I can sit in the back seat and let my heart drive for a little while. And that's what I like to think the 12 is. It truly is the energy where you can say yes with trust in yourself. That's the energies you should go out with today. Trust in yourself and in who you are at the core of you, because your body, mind, and soul are all one unit today, should you choose to embrace that. So embrace it, grab a hold of it, hug it, love it. Love yourself and give thanks for yourself too, because you're here now, right? You're here now. We made it this far. Woohoo! Celebration of Thanksgiving. So let's move on to the celebration of Thanksgiving too. There's so much that I want to share with you about Thanksgiving, but not just about, it's not about, it's about giving thanks for what you have, right? It's giving thanks for who you are in the very center of you, and the fact that you're embracing your entire self today, that open your heart, feel the gratitude of who you are in this moment. Just feel it almost like a door over your heart, just kind of opening up. And now you're able to look at with heart's eyes all of the things in your life that you can be truly thankful for, whether it be the annoying animal in the other room, beautiful, a roof over your head, being able to eat, that you have this ability to even hear my voice now, that you have access to internet, that you have access to a device that allows you to communicate out into the world. That in and of itself is something that many of us don't have. So even just being thankful for the smallest bits of your life and who you are. My husband always says that he's thankful every morning for waking up with a heartbeat, because he woke up with a heartbeat. So I like that attitude for sure. Giving thanks to who you are, and to the day, because you just simply woke up and now can smile and hug your loved ones and eat lots of turkey for you, those of you in the United States, or tofurkey for those of you who are vegetarian, vegan. You can go out and enjoy the day of celebration in thanks, and know that all is truly well. The world more gray, I think, than many of us in the yoga of self-ascension like to see the world around us. Um, I find the more we pay attention, that's the way of saying it. The more we pay attention and steer our attention towards the things that bring us joy, I find, and the things that we're thankful for and that we're grateful for in our lives, the frequency and vibration of those that are lesser energies, which is not a great word, but those that are energies that are not, that you are no longer resonating with. So the frequencies of fear, doubt, shame, pain. Um, when you spend your time looking at things um, that bring you joy, that fulfill you, that enrich your lives, you find that the fewer of the lesser energies come across your path. And even then, when they do, you're able to put your hand to your heart and say thank you for the gifts that that's giving you. And, I'll just give you a brief little quick little example. Um, I've spoken a few weeks back about the struggles my family was having, there in the fall with one of our children, and I became very thankful for that event. Not that I wanted my child in the hospital and that I for him to be going through this, but I saw the gifts that it also brought to us. My son and I are close. He's actually my stepson, so, we became even closer together. He's my son. I call him my son. He is my son. But we are even closer together than we were before. That we have, as a family, grown stronger and know that we can, that we truly are an anvil all together, and that, the world can crash up against us, but we are a unit, and that we love each other, and that we will support and honor each other. And truly, the gifts that have come out of something that can seem so devastating, um, we sometimes it's called looking for the silver lining, I guess, would be the old-fashioned way of doing it, but it's even more than just a silver looking for the silver lining. It's being thankful for that silver lining, being thankful for being able to see and acknowledge that silver lining, because most of us can't even do that, right? Most of us are so kind of stuck in our darkness that we can't even see the light. So being able to see and acknowledge and understand that there can be gifts given to us in the darkness is a gift and something to be thankful for even in of itself. So, 'cause I had a new moon ceremony last night, and for those of you who are, if you're ever interested and you wanna take part in my new moon ceremonies, I have them every new moon. The next one will be in and around actually, looks like it might be in and around Yule. I'll have to check that for sure. Um, if it's on Yule, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. I celebrate Yule, so, that would just be, oh, amazing. But I do have a new moon, circle every new moon. So if you're interested in taking part in that, please just send me an email and I'll get you on the email list. My email's right there on the bottom, waterloveandlight@gmail.com. But in our new moon circle yesterday, I did a little prayer of thanksgiving to the lessons that we have been given from the indigenous of the world, that most of them aren't necessarily celebrating Thanksgiving today. Um, and that's very similar here in Canada as well. And we have our Indigenous Days of Remembrance. I think in the States it used to be formerly Columbus Day. But in a way, I also give thanks for their sacrifices, and the sacrifices of their ancestors, for they have shown us that we don't need to do things that way anymore, right? That we need to be fair to one another, that we need to reconcile the pains and the hurts that were caused and build a better future together. And be thankful that the lessons that we learned from um, imperialism and the lessons that we've learned from war and whatnot are showing us, right? These are lessons that are showing us that we don't need to do these things that way anymore. And I am thankful for the gift of that and for the sacrifices that those people made in order to show us here, now, in this present moment, that we can be one human race, that we can be one mankind, that we don't need to hurt each other in ditches or um, kill our environment off so that people cannot eat or survive in their own ways of life any longer. That we can expand up and beyond that if we're willing to look and choose that. And that's also the key, is being able to pull out of your darkness and to see the light. And there really can be light in almost anything if you're wanting to look for it. And it can and for me, I have come from a place that has been very privileged, and I grew up in a very, beautiful I had a lovely childhood, and I grew up with great parents, um, and so sometimes and not being part of, necessarily even though I have Indigenous heritage, I was never seen as part of that, group or that community. So I've never had that prejudice or issues placed upon me, right? And so I think being in service to others now is also to go out and to help them find their confidence. Well, actually, they know their confidence. I think it's just supporting them in the things that they do and what they're wanting to promote in their lives as well. If you come from a place where you're strong and of strength, and you see people that have less than you, reach out, give them a hand. Lift up instead of kick down, right? That's the new saying nowadays. Lift up instead of kick down. And that I think is an absolutely amazing little saying. And there's got to be bumper stickers and t-shirts made with that already. And if there isn't, there should be. Because that's basically what we have to do in this world is lift up and support one another. Whenever you see anything out there in the world that you admire. I love just seeing if there's a little girl who's walking by in her beautiful little dress or a little boy who seems so captivated by something, a truck or something he saw in the store. I engage with the child and I talk to them and I find that I'm thankful for being able to do that in this world and that we're still able to do that and that we haven't necessarily fallen into such pain and anguish, that we're able to go out into the world and bring joy just by our own presence and smile and engaging people and saying how pretty their dress is and how cute their truck is and or just helping mothers with their groceries and little old men out of their cars, and there's just so many ways of being in service that you can help another person just by putting your hand out. And I maybe would encourage everybody to do that today on your day of Thanksgiving, is be thankful for everything that you've got in your life, but also how can you go out and spread that gratitude and that joy and that peace and that love to the community at large around you. It doesn't have to be grandiose. It can just be something as simple as smiling to people in the grocery store or helping a person across the road or you know your community and you know who you are. Inspired action in service to others. When we're in that frequency, when we're in that higher frequency of gratitude, of thanks, it's so much easier just to go out into the world. I find I jump to do things. I jump to say yes to challenges that are coming in front of me instead of saying, "Oh, I don't know about that." When you're in that higher frequency of thanks and gratitude, you think, "I can handle anything. And even if it's challenging, I know I can figure it out." Thanks the frequency of gratitude and thanks is so much more than that. It is the root of the flower of life, of joy, of peace, love, and joy. Um, because we're here to live life, right? We're here in this body. We're a spirit in a physical form, experiencing physical life. And so we have these bodies. Be thankful for them. Be thankful for what they're bringing to us. Be thankful for the things that we can do with them. be thankful for the lessons that it teaches us, whether it be, um, a physical ailment that has developed, due to something traumatic. For instance, um, I'm a firm believer in this. I have fibromyalgia, and, um, a lot of ways of how I thought I had to live my life, um, and how I thought, and again, I had a beautiful childhood. No one forced me into a way of thinking or whatnot. It's just simply your way of going through your family unit and your society and picking up the habits, the traits, the programming of that. And that was enough for a highly sensitive child like myself to be thrown off kilter. And very I was stuck on people pleasing, basically. Everything had to be perfect, and I had to help everybody. That was my story, and very basic. And so for me, I had to, lift out of that energy, but before I could, I had developed several ailments, fibromyalgia, migraines, so many things that had developed within my own body just from me stuffing my emotions and my little traumas, and it's not trauma isn't what happens to you, it's what, and this is from Dr. Gabor Mate, should you ever wanna look him up. It's not what happens to you, it's what happens inside your body after the event happens to you. So, a trauma or a trauma event could be something very major, and we all know what those are. But they could also be something as simple as, um, a loved one constantly saying things like, "Oh, I don't think I like your hair like that," or, "Oh, are you gonna wear that?" Or, "Oh, shh, don't say that. Be quiet." All of those things that, um, you've had to stuff down over the years eventually builds up. It's like a mountain of stuff inside of your body, and it literally begins to affect your physicality and your physical body. And I developed ailments from just simply stuffing my emotions for so long. And the moment I realized that I didn't need to do that anymore, I was so thankful. And then bit by bit, as I was open to the idea of healing, as I was opened to the joy of healing, as I was willing to move through the experiences, because you have to be. It is a process, but it's a loving process. And this is what I want to say to you about that is it doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be bad. You just have to remember to love yourself, to love who you are at the core of of your being. You are the only being that you spend 24/7, 365 with. So I think maybe you should love each other. You should love yourself. You should love who you are at your core. And the moment you become open to that, and when you do come across triggers or traumas that set off of those little causes your heart to clench and all your muscles to tense, you are in a position to put your hands to your heart and give thanks because you realize that it's not bad, it's a good thing. It's showing you, "Oh, this is an old trauma or this is an old trigger that is from such and such, but I'm not there anymore. I'm not experiencing it, I'm just remembering it. So I don't need to experience and remember it the way I have always done so." How about thinking of it like if it's a childhood memory, for instance, saying, "I am thankful that I am not 10 anymore or 12. I am thankful that we are moving I've moved past that, that I have developed myself, that I love myself, that I am in confidence with myself. I am so thankful for the lessons that that's taught me because I'm here today now stronger than when I was then." And that's how I learned to look at my triggers and traumas and be thankful for them. because they're teaching me and showing me, and that I don't have to feed into them if I don't want to. Some people do, and that is their choice. We all have choices. Um, and some people just choose differently than others. Um, some people aren't even aware that they have a choice. And that's why I say there always is a choice. Um, and you might not think of them as being positive all the time, but hand to heart, deep breath, and ask yourself, what in me invited this to be? What in me brought this forward? What is it trying to show me about myself? What is it mirroring to me? And what can I be thankful for about that mirror to help pull me out of the darker energies that I'm sitting in? They say it takes only 17 seconds of heartfelt thanks and gratitude and holding that idea of heartfelt thanks and gratitude for there to be a shift. And I don't know if you've ever done that, and I would highly recommend you, trying this at home. If I did it here, it would just be 17 seconds of dead air, but simply 17 seconds of being connected to your heart, feeling into it, understanding it, loving it, thinking of all the things that bring that heart joy, of little babies and their pink toes and puppies and their licks and all of those things that can bring you joy. That actually causes your brain and your heart to join into cohesion. So you begin to get this cohesiveness between your heart and your mind. And that is when the higher source or the higher you is able to say, wait a minute, we don't have to act like that. We do have choices, and we're going to pick this one. And that's really being in thanks and gratitude are the way of lifting yourself out of the darkness. Just try it. Whenever you get down and depressed or anxious, or hand to heart, and then just bring to mind all of the things in your life that you are thankful for, and do that for 17 seconds at least, if not longer. Do it for longer, but at least 17 seconds. And it is, I believe it's heart from the Heart Math Institute. That's the name of it. Heart Math Institute, is where I heard it. So, but I've also heard it through Shri and Kira. They firmly believe in the 17 seconds. Love, gratitude, and thanks piping through your heart for 17 seconds. Get your mind to stop and kind of shake itself clear of all of the fog and darkness that has creeped in around it, and it allows it to breathe, to take that deep breath, to go, thank you. Well, I would let her outside. I would let the dog outside if I had the ability to do so, but she won't stay out there, and she'll just bark and bug the neighbors. So it's a catch-22. One of these days, I'm going to figure out a nice, quiet space that I can do this in, and not be interrupted by by my animals. I do apologize. I do hope that my motley crew at least brings you some joy, because they certainly bring me joy sometimes. And I really should one day post all the pictures so you can just have a face to all of the noises that are going around about you here. But they truly, truly bring you joy. Look at the things that bring you joy. If you have pets, if you have kids, there's nothing like watching. The thing I used to be so full of joy with at Christmas time, for me, it wasn't necessarily me opening my presents. It was just sitting and watching everybody else open theirs, especially the ones that I gave them. And I just loved to see the looks on their faces and just be part of that joy. Pull from those memories, um, from jumping in mud puddles when you were kids, and jump rope with your best friend, and playing in the sandbox. Go back to your childhood. There's lots of joy, Lots of joy to be found back there, I'm sure. Um, Even just moments of quietness. I used to love my favorite thing to do literally was to take a book. I'm gonna share with you here now, I'm just spilling it out. I used to take a book and I used to go hide in my closet so nobody could find me because I wanted to read my book. I was the type of person that once I got into a book that caught my attention and caught my joy, I was reading that thing to the end. And in order to avoid being interrupted, I used to take, even as a small child, 7, 8, 9, 10, I used to take my books and I would hide in my closet. Nobody ever caught on. And I was so thankful for that. But now everyone knows if you can't find me, check my closet. I might be there with the book in hand. Kim wrote, lots of joy from the fur babies. I know they just bring so much joy and there's so many animals out there that are needing assistance too. And if you feel called to give your and be in thanks and gratitude and go out and expand and inspired action and be with the animals, they're always needing assistance at various shelters and humane societies. We're in fact in my area building a brand new multi-million-dollar humane society. We're all excited. My husband and I were part of it a few years back. And we did a video for them. My husband's a ventriloquist, and he has a puppet named Rex. It's a basset hound dog. And we went to the Humane Society and we did a little tour of the Humane Society, and they showed us the new unit that they were going to build. So we did a lovely little promo video for them. I should get the link for you guys one day and pull that up for you. But it was one of the joyous things that we did. And then we went out on another event for them as well. And it was just a marketing event where it was booths and they had dock diving dogs, and it's just an amazing community to be part of. If you have the chance to get involved with local shelters, I would highly do so because the people if you love animals, they are really a beautiful community of people to join. At least in my area, find out where they are. There's usually tons of shelters in everyone's area, so spread your love and your joy that way. The fur babies always need it for sure. Oh my goodness, our hour is almost up yet again. So much to be thankful for and so much to talk about today. Life is too short. That's what my mom used to always say. Life's too short. Go out there and enjoy it. um, and she's right. But the joy is if you can be thankful and in peace with yourself, and in gratitude with yourself, you can go out and be so full of inspired action that this lifetime is more than enough. The joy of the yoga of self-ascension path is we feel that we're coming around trying to learn and grow and raise our consciousness as an entity so that the oneness, the oneness of the allness can experience what it's like to eat a sandwich and drink coffee and light a candle and be with you all here now talking on a streaming radio and being with you in peace, love, joy, and so, so much gratitude. Go out and find the things at your core that you are so thankful for and use them as the fuel, as the rocket ship to your own self ascension, to your own journey, whether it be a journey of healing or a journey of searching for who you are, whatever it be, just embrace the gratitude and the thanks for just being able to be here and eat a sandwich and have a cup of coffee and dance in the moonlight and make love. Those are all things that we are able to do in this lifetime, and we should be able to milk them Milk them. Milk them for all they're worth, because that's why we're here, right? Choose to be in joy, choose to be in gratitude, choose to be in thanks. And then you'll find you don't have to choose. It just automatically is. It's part of who you are. When you're pulling yourself, it's not even pulling yourself, when you're lifting yourself up the spiral, when you're lifting out of those lower dimensions, those lower frequencies, you just know that you can do more and be more, and you see the choices before you more easily. And that is what I wish for you. That is what I wish for everybody. And that we can see and because once we can see our own choices and our own hearts and be thankful for ourselves, then when we go out into the world, we aren't adding to the problem. I guess that's a quick, easy way of saying it. When we go out into the world, we're certainly not adding to the problem. We're helping, right? We've got our smile on. We're being thankful. We're saying hi to everybody. We're complimenting people. So we're certainly, when you're in gratitude and thanks and you move out into the world, you're not adding to the pain that's already out there. You're lessening it. And that's what we have the ability to do just by simply being thankful for being here and waking up in the morning and opening my eyes, like my husband says. So be in gratitude and be in peace with yourself because, like I said, you are with yourself 24/7, 365 days, and you are the only one you're with for that length of time. So you should love and honor yourself at your core for sure. So it has been an absolutely glorious day. I've got about 5 minutes left. So I'm just trying to think if there's any other little left brain things that I wanted to talk to you about today before we left you. December is coming up next week. My goodness. Is it December 1st? Is I think when I see you next, actually. So I'll be seeing you on the 1st of December, next Thursday. I cannot believe that the first day of the last month of 2022 is already here. Blink, you miss it. So immerse yourself in your life. Immerse yourself in the joy of living your life and experiencing it. Be thankful for sure. Oh, anything else? Just head on over to Amazon Smile and get yourself set up for that. I'll just put that up there one more time so that you'll have it. It's again, Amazon Smile, and the name of the charity is Association for the Integration of the Whole Person, and it's out of Bonsall, California. So be sure to head over to Amazon Smile for that, and then you can pre-order your books, The Ascension Renaissance, The Yoga of Self-Ascension, and The Four Knowns are the title of the books, and I'm gonna put up a caption for that next week, so we'll have that. And head over those and pre-order, and they go live on December 3rd, so they're an ebook, and they will go live on December 3rd, so we can't wait for that to happen. And so please, if you feel called to, head on over there to Amazon and order the foundation works of the yoga of self-ascension, because that's what they are. They truly are. I can't wait to be with you all again next week. It is being here with me. I am so thankful for this community, for Oneness Talk Radio, for the Yoga of Self-Ascension community, because they've truly helped me um, shift my perspective about life, to raise my consciousness, and to be in peace, love, and joy with myself first, together first. Body, mind, spirit, completion day of 12 first, and then go out and change the world and help the world and be in service to others. And I am so thankful that I have the ability to come on here and have the show with you and to be able to speak and spread peace, love, joy, and gratitude as far as I possibly can. And thank you so much for being part of today's show and co creation with me. It was truly an honor. And I cannot wait to be with you again next week on December 1st, I think. I think that's the date. And it will I'm hoping that we're gonna have a few guests coming on for the month of December. If not, they'll be in January. But I have met so many beautiful people over the course of the last few weeks, and they're all, thinking about being guests on my show, so I can't wait for you to meet them. They're truly, truly amazing people. So until next week, you have a beautiful day of abundance and Thanksgiving, and we will see you on the 1st. Namaste.